Hi guys, my name is Estefania Torres, but y'all can call me Esty, and this is pretty much the first video to my YouTube channel, Esty Tries. I plan for this channel to be pretty much another outlet for my art projects. It's just a way for me to share my processes, how I go from idea to finished project, which usually end up being very spontaneous and very different anyway at the end of it. And I figured I might as well start a channel and share my process. For this video, I'm gonna be trying out Arteza gouache painting. I really hope I said that right. This is actually my first time ever painting with gouache, and I'm really excited to see where this project goes. There will be a second part to this video. I don't end up finishing this painting. One thing you will learn about me, I take a very long time to finish projects. That's something I'm currently working on and something that I really hope to fix with more practice. But yeah, there will definitely have to be a second part. I pretty much just finished the hibiscus on the left side within this video. So I'm just going to be sharing some details about me throughout this video, a little bit of details about this painting, as well as my first impressions with gouache. This video is a little longer, so I'll just definitely let the music play every now and again, and we can just enjoy the painting transform. I do want to make a note that I'm still learning how to best record these art videos, pretty much messing around with lighting, perspective, so please bear with me as I go through this. You'll see that there'll be changes within the perspective as well as the lighting throughout the video, but I do believe the end part of the video, I seem to manage to get it, but if anyone has any good tips or advice for me on how to best record these art time lapses, I would greatly appreciate if you could just leave a comment down below. just a little bit about me as an artist. I'm not really trained in any kind of way. I never really took a class beyond high school art. It's just something that I always did growing up. It was always something that I loved just spending time on, and it's definitely one of my biggest passions. And I really hope that this YouTube channel can just be a great outlet for that, a way for me to just connect with other artists and get feedback on my pieces, and just hopefully grow, on my own. Everything I do is self-taught, and a lot of it is trial and error. So we'll see where this project goes, but for now I'm pretty happy with what it's looking like. Something you will see about my painting style is that I do tend to go over parts of a painting with many different layers, like you see within the first petal that I'm painting here. A part of that is definitely my art style. Like I said, I love getting hung up on details. A lot of that I do believe is a little bit of uncertainty as well, which I really do hope to overcome with this art channel. Most of the videos on this channel are pretty much going to be time lapses on my current projects, as well as just an explanation as to certain projects, my thinking process behind them, especially the more interesting ones. Most likely with the lo-fi music in the background. I absolutely love lo-fi music. I just feel like lo-fi is super relaxing and just goes really great in the backdrop of a painting time lapse. For this piece, I'm just going to be putting together a hummingbird and a flower. I figured just going with something simple, fun, and colorful for my first time painting with gouache would be fun. Something that I wouldn't have to think too much about, just kind of enjoy the details and the colors. A little bit about my art style. I started painting with watercolor, and I was just so fascinated by the way the paint moved across the paper, the way that you can just layer it one above the other to create a depth to the painting. I pretty much loved everything about it and fell in love right away. And as you can see within this video, I'm painting with gouache a lot like I would watercolor. But what I love about gouache is that it's a lot thicker than watercolor as well. So you get a vibrancy there that I feel like watercolor is just really not designed for. Watercolor is definitely meant to be a bit more transparent, whereas gouache is very opaque, very bright and bold, and it's something that I definitely have a lot of fun with in this painting. My art style overall, I'd say, is definitely mixed media. You can't really see that with this painting since I really just wanted to focus on gouache and trying to hit as many colors in the spectrum as I could. But with most of my paintings, I absolutely love mixing 2D and 3D forms, just really mixing different kinds of mediums to see how it could put together in a painting. I actually have a really good example of this on my Instagram at Van Gogh's Lover. If you want to see any kind of painting or work in progress I'm currently working on, please follow me there. It would be a great way to keep up with all the different projects I'm currently working on, as well as projects that might be featured in my next video. This painting I'd really love to call the giant hummingbird. Most of that is because, as you could see, the hummingbird is actually very, very big in relation to the hibiscus. I don't know if you could ever see it within the reference image I'm using, but the hummingbird is actually much smaller than the hibiscus flower, but in this painting I ended up drawing him much bigger, mostly because I really wanted to have room to get in all the details of his color or her color. I don't know the gender of the hummingbird, and just really have fun with all the details on the feathers. So that's probably what I'm going to be calling this piece, the giant hummingbird. My first impressions with gouache is that it is extremely versatile. In the beginning of this video, when I first put it into my palette, it has a lot of the texture of acrylic. And you can definitely paint it that way. I dilute it right away because that's just kind of the habits I have from painting with watercolor. But that's definitely a thickness that I'm going to be taking advantage of later on in this painting, just to really play around with all the textures that gouache has available. But most of all, I absolutely love the opaqueness of gouache. It is very, very bright colors, but they blend really well, especially when you use them as washes. So it's really been a lot of fun to paint with throughout this project, and I can't wait to finish this and start incorporating it into any future mixed media pieces that I'm going to be doing. Hope you guys are doing well, especially since we are living in such a crazy and uncertain time right now. Social isolation is such a weird thing to have incorporated in everyday life. You know, as someone who's an artist, I work from home. I do already end up spending a lot of time on my own at home. But it's still very weird to have it be now part of everybody's daily lives, and it's almost an enforced isolation. You know, now that I can't actually leave the house, of course I've never wanted to leave the house more than anything. So I can imagine, you know, what other people must feel like who usually have very, you know, either outdoor social lives. It must be hitting, you know, you guys harder if you are more used to going out than I already am. Either way, I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy, and most importantly, staying home. You know, I know it's very, very tempting to make, you know, probably unnecessary trip to Publix or a grocery store to pick something up, but this really would end much sooner if everybody were to stay home. So that was just my obligatory public service announcement on social distancing. It's been a great time for me personally to put a lot of time into my art and honestly get this video out. I have been planning on doing this video for a little bit, and thankfully now that I do have to stay home and a lot of other extra activities have been cut out, I've managed to pour pretty much all my time into this project, and hopefully I can keep the ball rolling for the next couple months and get you guys part 2 within the next week or 2. So that's pretty much it for the first part of this time lapse. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Here's just a quick video on the details of that petal, which you could really get once you look closely. I will be finishing the stem part. No, that's not a stem. I'm not sure what it is. I can look it up later. But I will be finishing that part of the flower within the next part, where I will also be finishing up the hummingbird as well as the background. If you love this video and would like to see more, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell, as well as leave a like and a comment down below in the video. I really look forward to filming the next part of this painting. I had such a great time filming this first part, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. Bye!